I wanted to update you today on the Australian market, some of the key trends, why I've been saying for a few months that I think the Aussie market was going to grind sideways in a narrow trading range. Let's look at drawing some angled trend lines and why you need to be open to drawing them multiple ways because there are many ways to interpret a trend. So let's have a look at the Australian market. You can see from my chart here that in early August, the Australian market bottomed around 7,600. Since then, it's gone on a pretty good run. So we could say this was an uptrend. There was a touch there. You can see lots of bouncing off support there on the way up. And then it was broken. And you can see once the previous level of support or the floor breaks, it then becomes resistance. And we can extend that line up there to the all-time high and say, well, once it broke support, the previous support line functioned as resistance, hit an all-time high, sold off from there. And then you can see the previous key level of support around 8,080. You can see that it bottomed there on the way up and then bottomed there on the sell-off. There was a big candle wick there, so lots of buying coming in throughout the day. So that would be one way to draw it. You could also draw like a rising wedge here and say, well, that trend was going to break. But here's why you need to be open to different draws. We could say this is the trend because you could say, okay, well, did the uptrend really break yet? Because it went on to make a new high. So was this really the breaking of the uptrend? I'm not sure. You tell me. We could draw it this way and say, okay, well, let's leave that all-time record high as part of the trend. And if we extend the line over here, we could see that the breakdown actually occurred here. There was a little bit of resistance testing, and now here we are today, red candle today, we're rejecting that previous key level of support. It's functioning as resistance. So you could really draw it in two places, and you could say both those uptrends have now broken. So that's not necessarily a good sign. And if we look at the momentum indicators down the bottom of the chart, when the price is making higher highs and the momentum indicators are not, or they're trending lower, that's again a sell signal generally. So the Aussie market is showing some signs of sell signals, but I suspect it will probably be finding support around the 8,000 level and probably struggling to get past the all-time record high, I would say, for the next few months. But again, previous key levels are more important. In fact, you can extend that line across there and say, look, that's the high from August, that's the high from July, and another high from July. Note how the previous key price level is of greater significance than these angled trend lines, although it's a great way to try and figure out what the trends are in the market. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this was a good, quick little insight into what's happening with the Aussie market. Have a great day.